to Marciano Stadium as the Brockton take the field. At this time, we ask that you please rise. Remove your hats and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
In Sudbury. That was pretty exciting.
Yes, from what I was reading and then what I saw, what you showed on video, Brockton really stayed in there, didn't give up. Great job by Lincoln Sudbury to come back the way they did, but Brockton responded with a great gut punch and won that football game.
Absolutely. For a couple quick notes, we want to give a shout out to Natick's Natick Pegasus Access TV, Brian Palm, production coordinator over there in Natick. He's actually showing this live on Natick Access TV. Want to give a quick shout out to him. And then, of course, the guys at 4 Deep Sports Talk. This weekend, we will have a recap of Week 4. I won't be there, but the other guys will. We'll run down all the scores. Hopefully, we'll be going over a Brockton win as the visiting Natick Redhawks come in. Currently, Miles 1-2 on a very young season. I got a chance to talk to Coach Mark Marielli, 13th year, an alumni of Natick High School. And he's going with a sophomore quarterback. We get to look at Damian Taylor, number 6. Big kid, about 6'3", probably about at least 180.
Yeah, Natick a good team, even though their record doesn't indicate, so you still got to, Brockton has to come in here to be ready. When I think of Natick, I think of Doug Flutie, so you never know. There could be another Doug Flutie over there.
You know what? That's so funny. Who does not think of Doug Flutie or Darren Flutie when you think of Natick High School, right?
So I just watching some of that replay, I see that Rowan Baptiste III played a big part in that win, where he
really did.
Came after Lincoln Sudbury scored the touchdown. They tried the extra point, and he came in and blocked it.
Oh, you know what? Another note. I was looking at Mr. Boston. You and I got a kudos. I went down there to get a cut up with Peter Colombo on how we're doing. Of course, Capiello's out. He's on concussion protocol, so we're going to see Cameron Montero running the offense. And Boston said, "I love the way you and Miles call games."
Well, that's great to hear. You know,
and I'm looking up at him. I'm like, okay. What a great kid. Great kid.
But I tell you, with the starting quarterback, Capiello down, Coach Colombo has a good second hand to play there, putting in Montero.
Absolutely. He talked about Turco. We saw Turco with the 3 picks in the Barnstable game. He is going to move the slot back. We'll see him more in offense than he'll get some work in an offense in this game as well.
Yeah, Turco, he's just that type of ball player. He has a knack for where that football might be when the time comes, when it's released or if it's fumbled.
So it looks like we won the toss but deferred to the second half. And back to receive for the Redhawks is number 12, Matthew Pohl, along with, get the other gentleman's number in a minute, number 7, that's Jan De La Rosa. Back to receive right around their 4-yard line. Oh, thank you. I got a tip. All right, of course, in his sparkling shoes. I love Domus's bright green right foot, his cleat that's bright green.
Yeah,
John Dumas, I'm sorry.
Yeah, John Dumas is definitely a kicker at heart, because college, pros, doesn't matter. If you're a real kicker, most likely you got a favorite shoe that you want to wear to kick that football.
Right.
But then you want something that'll dig deep into the turf.
All right, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, get your hot cocoa ready, your coffee, your favorite drink. Stand by for Division I high school football. Kick end over end. It'll bounce around the Natick 19. Ball's loose, but recovered smartly by number 12 for the Redhawks. Of course, that's Matthew Pohl. So this is our first look at this Redhawks offense.
Yeah, good job by that number 12 there for Natick. He did the right thing and just followed the football. It took a crazy bounce in front of him, bounce ahead, so he had to go and dive for it. So
absolutely.
Good play there by the young Natick student there.
All right, so here we go. Brockton will show a 4-man front. It looks like we're playing a 4-3. Of course, back out of the that's more a look of shotgun formation. Taylor by himself, 3 receivers, 2 slots to his right, a slot and receiver to his left. Looking left, fires, complete to number 88. And he runs forward and out of bounds. That's good enough for, that's Jack McCarthy. That's good enough for a Natick first down. First throw, Miles, results in a Natick first down.
Yeah, he did a nice job. Quick release with the football. That's what got it over there to the receiver. And he had to do that because I'm sure he felt a little bit pressure.
So they'll spot it at their own 42. Looking right, fires in the flats, complete on a nice block, cutting and turning and trying to make some room. He has open space, turns on the Jets, and he is finally taken out at the Brockton. Maybe, looks like they're going to spot that at the 15-yard line. A quick to Corrigan, Owen Corrigan on the reception. They're going to stay no huddle, Miles.
Yeah, Khalib Tarbush, number 44, made the saving tackle there from him getting in the end zone.
They go no huddle again. A slot and 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and a back to his right out of the gun. He's going to keep it, try to go off right tackle, driving forward, nicely read by the Boxers. And that looks like that was number 13. That was Devin Montero.
Actually, Devin and
Monroe.
Monroe.
Sorry, Donovan. I had the
Got
first
Montero
name right. I gave Montero the credit. Sorry, Donovan. So second about 7 from the Brockton 18. From the Brockton, 13. Straight drop back. He looks left, fires, and the flat's complete. He has the corner, and he is knocked out of bounds and saving a potential touchdown. Great play by Victor.
Yeah, Victor's much smaller than the receiver, and he did a nice job of stopping the receiver right in his tracks at the 1 yard line.
With Matthew Pohl on a reception for the Redhawks. Now first and goal from the Brockton 2. He tries to keep it, follows his blockers, dive forward, he's in for the touchdown. At the 10:42 mark, Redhawks draw first blood as they take a quick 6-0 lead.
Yeah, nice job by the Natick Redhawks to march down the field on their first possession. Great timing on all the passing plays, and they were rewarded with 6 points.
All right, here's a point after try. Of course, the place kicker for the Redhawks, that's Nathan Napier, number 47. Snap down, high snap, kick is up, and he chips it through. Didn't put much effort on that. That poor kid has a great leg.
Yeah, nice job by the whole holder. Get that high snap, as you said, brought it down in time for the kicker to put it through the uprights.
We march upfield, 10:42 still remaining in the first quarter, and that was maybe a 6-play drive, if that.
Yeah, what I noticed about this Brockton defense, usually it takes at least one set of offensive plays out there for them to get comfortable, and until their offense receives the ball. Then once they get back out there that second time, they kind of settle down and relax.
All right, back to receive for the Brockton Boxers, number 3, Michael Victor. And along with him, I believe, I want to make sure I get that gentleman's name right. No, that's not Kelly. I think that's Powell. I think that's number 15. It is Powell. Okay, right around their own respective 5-yard line, 6-yard line, as we get ready for Napier to kick it off for the Redhawks. Brockton looking to improve to 3-1 here in week 4. Here's his kick. Nice end over kick, corner kick. Bounces about the Brockton 14. Picked up by Powell. Now he gets him up. He pivots, he moves, and he gets about maybe 3 yards on the return. He smartly picked it up, tried to make something out of nothing. So here's our first look at the Brockton offense.
Yeah, the ball on the kickoff took a funny bounce in front of Powell, but he did a nice job of recovering the football and did a little juke. Got a couple of yards on the play.
It looks like they're going to mark it at the Brockton 18-yard line. 10:37 left in this first quarter. Here's your first look at Cameron Montero as he'll run this Brockton offense with the absence of Capello out. Joe Capello with concussion protocol. He has 2 backs in the backfield. He gives to the back to his right. That's Powell driving forward for maybe a yard. They really crunched that hole up. They shrunk that up big time.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle there by number 19. Or 18, number 18 for
That's
Natick.
Matt Schultz. Second and about 9 from the Brockton 19. Again, we'd like to welcome everybody watching in the greater Natick area. Of course, everybody back here in Brockton, the city of champions. Montero again, Powell to one side. They give it to Powell again. He's trying to go off right tackle. He sees an edge. He cuts in the middle. He has his speed. He's up the sideline and finally taken out at his own 40. 1 block away of breaking that open.
Yeah, nice job, Powell, reading his blocks, being patient before he sprints forwards. Nice block there by the wide receiver. I couldn't see who that was, but he did a nice job of letting Powell break out for another 10 yards at least.
Montero will stay by himself. He has 2 receivers, 2 slots to each side. Nobody in the backfield. The slot is Monroe. They give the motion back. Cutting is Osanabi, he gets about 9. That is all hard work. He originally got tackled at his own 45 and dragged guys up to his own 49.
Yeah, Osanabi did a nice job picking his spots with a cut in and out with precision.
This time they put Monroe as the slot back, the big tight end to the right. Now they get it right. 2 slots, 2 receivers, and the wing back. We'll call that Monroe. Montero by himself in the backfield. Now they do a check off again. He checks off again, the OC does. He'll keep it himself. Montero cut up the right tackle, drive forward, and gets about 6, and that's more than enough for a Brockton first down.
Yeah, Montero as a quarterback, he has probably one of the quickest quarterback draw moves in Eastern Massachusetts. You saw how quick he got to that hole.
Unbelievable. And you know that Natick scouted what happened against Lincoln Sudbury.
You know that.
By himself again, his wing is Montero. He has 2 inner slots. He puts them in a motion. That's Osanabi. He's going to take the corner on the pitch, driving forward, and we got a flag that could possibly be a spot hold.
Yeah, definitely a hold. I saw the hold as he went around the corner. The closest blocker to him put his arms a little bit around the arm of the defender, and you just can't do that.
So we'll play first down. It should be, I think the spot is on the Natick 41, so they'll mark off 10 from there. This is the first time I've ever seen a ref run out to spot a ball, I think.
Yeah, you don't find too many that run to the spot.
That's pretty impressive. Usually they count the steps. All right, so
right, exactly right.
You know what I mean? They take their time. First and 14, it looks like, from their own 49. Powell in the backfield, one Montero. He has 2 slot backs. He keeps it. Looking off right tackle, driving forward, still moving, and picks up a lot. Gets a lot of that back, maybe 9. The official mark looks like it's going to be the 40.
Again, a nice job by Montero to pick his spots and tippy-toe through that line. Great blocking, great forward progress by the offensive line and Montero.
All right, they go with 2 slots again behind Montero. To his left, that's Powell. Give to Powell, trying to think about right tackle. Cut back in almost like a dive play, drives forward, and that's more than enough for another Brockton first down. The official mark will be the Natick 33.
Well, I tell you, this Brockton offensive line is looking pretty good so far
They really
on
are.
this drive. They're making some holes for the quarterback and the running backs.
Powell again. This time Montero will keep it himself. Will go right up the middle. He sees an opening. Takes the corner. Untouched from 10 yards. Touchdown, Boxers. That is explosive right there.
And again, let's give the front offensive line an A for this drive right here, because they made holes for the backfield to do their thing. And all you need is, for Montero, for him to get a little open spot. He puts on that burst of speed, and he's gone.
All right, so here we go. Dumas to try the point after try. Or are they going to go for 2?
Well, I'll tell you, give Brockton's offensive coordinator, who's helped calling these plays, because they saw something down here when they were in their own territory and decided, something, it's time to do a little bit of power football with a little finesse.
Brockton to go for 2 and the lead early in this game with 7:15 left in the first quarter. They give the Powell driving forward. The point after try is good.
Well, I tell you, Brockton's offense has to feel pretty good. Right, their running offense has to feel pretty good right now, just marching down the field and playing power football against this Natick team. And Natick didn't have any answers.
Nope, that was very impressive by the Boxers. So 2 impressive drives, 1 from Natick, 1 from Brockton. But as we stand, 7:15 left in the first quarter and an 8-7 Brockton lead.
Now that should fire up Brockton's defense to come out here after they gave up 7 points on the first Natick drive. So, they'll be more determined to somehow shut this offense down somewhere on their drive to the goalpost.
Absolutely. So number 7, Pole back to receive. LaRosa, back to receive. And number 12 also back to receive. Pole, right around their own 10-yard line as Dumas gets ready to kick off for the Boxers. All right, so here we go. Little end over kick taken at their own 21. Pole, he's going to try to cut across field. He sees an opening, uses speed, tripped up, and a great tackle by Turco.
That was a great shoestring tackle there because he looked like he was going to get some mileage down there on the sidelines.
Turco on the defensive stop, on the special team stop for the Boxers.
32-yard line, first down.
So here is our second offensive look at the Natick Redhawks at their own 32. And the sophomore who led a very impressive drive, their first offensive drive. Of course, I'm referring to Damian Taylor, the sophomore. Back in the flats, complete this time right there to read it. Came up and meet him as number 7. That's Batista, but not before
actually,
number 2.
Number 3. It was number 3.
Number 3, I'm sorry.
Turco.
He's going to get
Batista
mad.
was in the area, but
Yeah, I
Turco
know.
made the nice tackle.
Well, when he yells at me next time I go down for the pregame, I'll.
Oh, excuse me, Michael Victor, number 3.
Victor, very good.
Turco's number 4. Michael Victor.
Taylor again, no one with him. Looks straight back, looks left, looks right. Fires tipped, but caught.
Well, that was a beautiful catch because the ball was behind him, and he brought out his right hand, one-handed to catch, boarded in like a newborn baby, and just a nice catch, first down.
Joe Spinzola on the catch, the big senior. First down at their own 47. 6:12 and running left in the first quarter. And as you can see, 8-7 Brockton. The big quarterback again, the big sophomore Taylor looks, fires left, complete to the flats, trying to take the corner, but he's tackled by a host of Brockton defenders, starting off with number 15. Of course, that's Mauricio Powell.
Well, I tell you, give Natick's offensive line a lot of credit for giving their quarterback time to find somebody out there in the open. Now, a lot of the passes have been quick, but there's been times he's had time in the pocket to find his receiver and connect.
Absolutely. Second and about 6 with 5:30 left in this first quarter. Taylor again looks over the Brockton defense. Straight drop back, firing, and it is incomplete. Well overthrown. Oh, they're going to throw a flag on pass interference.
Wow.
That ball was not even catchable.
And I tell you, the quarterback felt the pressure just as he released the football. Here comes a few of the defensive linemen for Brockton. But unfortunately, it might be a costly error. We'll see.
Pass interference against the Boxers. I always thought National Federation rules. I mean, either way, she threw the flag. She saw it probably. I just saw the end of the play where the ball was thrown. It was way over the receiver's head, but I guess she thinks the defender, or she saw the defender disrupt the receiver prior to making the play.
Yeah, because the ball definitely was not in anybody's reach. I guess the referee's saying because of the hold or whatever type of penalty he incurred, it kept the receiver from completing his route.
That play results in a Natick first down, 1st and 10 at the 35. He has 2 slots, 3 slots to his right. Quick throw, looking. He's going to try to keep it. Misses the tackle, and he's sacked.
Yeah, great pressure. Again, that's the second time in a row. This time they got to him.
You know, it's good to see Rowan Batista the third up because he had left that Brockton game, the Lincoln Sudbury game, injured. He hobbled off the field. It's good to see number 7 back on the field for the Boxers.
Yeah, he's a football player. He had all week to heal up a little bit and I'm sure he might be in a little bit of pain out there, but that's not going to keep him from coming out here on Friday night and representing the Boxers.
Taylor again, nobody in the backfield, all by himself. Straight drop back, looks left, fires, complete. And that is the slot. He played slot back on that play. That was number 32, Teddy Farisi.
Yeah, I tell you, this Damon Taylor, he's got an accurate arm. I haven't seen too many balls besides the last one, but he felt the pressure. And but this is a pretty accurate quarterback.
Brockton makes a change. Chisholm comes in for Divgavi. Again, Taylor by himself on 3rd and 10. Puts a man in motion. Looking, throws out the flats, complete. But right there, nice read by the Boxers.
Oh, beautiful read by Donovan Monroe, number 13, along with help there. But that was a nice read, as you say, Dom.
Nice. I like the way that they were trying to have that play, where they were trying to get that motion back and motion catch it on the fly, but the Boxers were right there. So here we go, 4th down.
Along with Correa, who was assisted on that tackle there. Nice job by the Boxers to read that.
Back to receive for the Boxers. We have Michael Victor, number 3, and I believe is that number 12. It looks like that's a missed punt. He's going to try to get it off. A little end. That just took a Brockton break.
That was a big Brockton break. If Brockton would have had a little bit more pressure on the punter.
Yeah.
Because the punter, it was a bad snap over his head. He was able to keep his composure and grab the football. But by that time, finally, some Brockton players were up there putting the pressure on him, and he just couldn't complete the kick properly.
As the ball went out of bounds, Miles, looks like they're going to spot at the 49.
Wow. Nice break there by the for the Boxers.
1st and 10 for the Boxers at the Redhawks 49-yard line. Again, we'd like to welcome everybody watching in the greater Wellesley area and Dartmouth area, because that's the next opponent both teams will see next week. You know they're looking.
I'm sure they got a scout or two out here.
Right. Montero with Powell in the backfield, out of the pistol. Looks, he's going to try to go up to the right tackle. Oh, what a move. He cuts up, trying to go as one defender, but he has more than enough. And I'll tell you right now, number 84 for the Brockton Boxers is kicking himself in the pants. They were one play from blowing that open. Christensen Paul, who's a very good receiver. And timeout, Natick. As I just want to elaborate on that, did you see how Paul was trying to read Montero's move? And he's like, oh, my God, I'm in his way now. And that forced the 2 defenders to finish that play. Great play and great finish by the Redhawks.
Yeah, that was just a great run by Montero. Very fluid, very fast. It just brought back memories. I'm going way back now, Dom. Gale Sayers.
Okay.
Gale, I mean, Gale had that type of fluid motion and jerky type. You just
that poor guy was inhuman. He knew exactly what to do.
Yes, but that one juke out there by Montero just froze most of the defense.
Yep.
And then he went to the outside, like you said.
All right, so the official mark is Natick 39. After this game, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, with 2:58, Natick will go back to divisional play in the Bay State. They will host Wellesley, and the Boxers will go back to divisional play. We will go play Dartmouth in Dartmouth next Friday night.
That will be a tough game down there in Dartmouth.
This is what I like to see. They did this the other day. Now Santos is in the backfield with Powell. They give to Powell, following his blocks, cutting around the corner, driving forward, and that's good enough. A big 11-yard pickup and another Boxers first down. They like to put Santos back there as that lead block.
Yes, and what I noticed, Brockton's, all they run, the quarterback, the running backs, they're very patient.
Absolutely.
When they get to the line. They wait for their blocks, and then they put the jets on. They're very patient runners.
All right, now they got Santos to the left of Montero. Of course, Powell right behind him. A slot to each side and a receiver to his left. They give to Powell, now trying to go at the right tackle. He cuts back in, drives forward, still on his feet, still moving. And a 12-yard pickup and another Brockton first down.
Wow, I don't know how Powell got through there after about 7 yards. I thought that was it, but somehow he slithered his way through.
Don't you wish you had that God-given ability?
Oh.
No offense, but I wouldn't be talking to you. I'd be playing pro ball. At least I think I would be.
Wait, or retired from pro ball.
Oh, retired, yeah. Yeah, nursing home. The ball we marked on the 15, 1st and 10, 154 and running. As you can see, everybody watching on YouTube, the Brockton Channel YouTube page, 8-7 boxers. Again, Santos to his right to Montero. They give to Powell, who's behind him, going off right tackle, seeing the corner, trying for the pilot, cutting in, and he's just out of bounds at the 1 foot line.
I don't know about that one.
Another flag. This is the second penalty if it's going to go against the Boxers. The only second penalty of this first half is early in this game.
Might not matter, but it sure looked like he got that ball across the pylon.
Holding, yep.
Yeah.
He definitely kicked that pylon.
Now, when you're inside the 10-yard line, or even the 20, you can ill afford to have close to a touchdown call back or a touchdown call back. You're really defeating yourself.
Absolutely. So, of course, it's a spot foul. Neither or less is still a penalty. They'll mark the ball at the Natick 14-yard line. 1:35 remaining in this first quarter. They'll actually, well, off that mark, it's actually going to be they'll repeat first down, be 1st and 9 for the Boxers. Montero again, this is Osanabi. A quick pitch to Osanabi. Running, moving, he's driving forward, and he is.
Come on, you're not going to give it to him?
Let's see where they mark him. They'll mark him at the 1.
Wow,
I could have sworn he broke the plane.
Me too.
1:20 left and running. They're going to go no huddle. That was a direct snack to Osanabi. Now Montero with Powell. The Monroe now in there. They'll use Monroe as a lead block. He'll walk in, almost untouched. Touchdown! Touchdown, Boxers!
Wow. That was a very synchronized bunch of plays, moving down the field and just working their way down the field like chess pieces.
Well said. Well said.
I mean, that was impressive. And,
it really was.
And it wasn't so much power football. It was, well, power football for the offensive line because they basically made holes. But the running backs just slipping and sliding, dodging and ducking, and just easing their way down the field. It isn't like they're bowling over anybody.
Absolutely. All right, so here we go for the 2-point conversion. This time they have my second favorite player, The Rock, Kensley Rock, right next to Montero. Out of the pistol, they'll give to The Rock. He's going to drive forward. He'll score his 2-point conversion, and the Boxers are up 16-7.
Another A+ for this offensive line. I mean, he just about walked in. Montero just about walked in on that touchdown.
Yep.
And this front line is on their A game right now. The offensive line for the Brockton Boxers.
All right, so here we go. 1:01 official left in this first half. So we have scores from Thursday night. I'll get them out real fast. I'm going to try to get them out real fast. Of course, this is in the South Shore. And I say that one thing, of course, Miles, I'm late again. All right, here we go. It was Marshfield over Canton, 49-0. Abington over North Quincy. They both are now 2-1 with a 2014 win. And Westwood beats Medway 48-21. And those are your highlights from last night.
Thursday night?
Thursday night, yesterday, yep. Yes, sir.
Boy, this Brockton High marching band is pretty fired up here on the stands. I know they can't wait to get out on the football field to do their thing.
They were doing a lot of sliding in that first half, 28 points. Oh, my God, they were moving, grooving, having a ball. Big crowd, too, showed up on Friday night. There's Dumas's kick, high end over kick. He'll take it out of zone 12. And cutting over, looking for a block. That's Matthew Paul. And he ends up at his own 15. So here's our third look. offensively, Miles, at the Natick offense with 54 seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot in Natick's rushing attack, but they're doing pretty good passing that football. Brockton is starting to slowly put some real pressure on the quarterback. They finally, hopefully, they figured it out how to get to him, but he's still throwing some darts out there.
He really is, and you patted him on the back right away. Sophomore Damian Taylor doing a great job. He ran that first score, and then, like you just mentioned, the Boxers were able to slow him down that last offensive possession.
Yeah, I'm even more impressed that he's just a sophomore.
Straight drop back, looks, fires across the middle, incomplete. That was intended for number 2. That was, Joe Spagnola, excuse me. Sorry, Joe, I'm Italian. I know how you feel.
Yes, that was one of the few passes that was just out of the reach of Spagnola.
So they're going to go no huddle here, Miles, with 51 seconds left in this first quarter. From their own 20 is the official mark. Dropping back, fires across the middle, tipped and caught. And with his speed taking the corner, that's Matthew Pohl all the way into Brockton Boxer territory. I believe they're going to mark it the 48.
Yeah,
that kid has breakaway speed.
Yeah, nice pattern that he ran. He found the gray area where there were no defenders. The quarterback found him, and a big chunk of yardage just on that play right there in Brockton territory now.
So they'll stay no huddle. He'll have 3 slots to his left, 1 to his right, a receiver to each side. Out of the spread, straight drop back, looking left. He's going to try to keep it. He is going to keep it. He's going to take a turn, smartly goes down, but not before he picks up 3.
Nice job by Monroe. He stayed in the pocket as long as he came out of the pocket looking for someone, but nice coverage by Brockton's defensive backs there.
Love the way the backs came up. And all right, so that is the end of the first half with your score. Brockton 16, the Redhawks of Natick 7. Your thoughts so far, sir?
Well, so far, I'm impressed with Brockton's offensive line, given the backfield just numerous options after they hit that hole that's open. Natick, their passing game is on right now, but they gotta find a way to put this ball in the end zone. They did it the first drive of the game, but we're going into the second quarter, and they haven't done anything as far as putting that ball in the end zone. You can move it up and down the field, but if you don't put it in the end zone, that's not going to help your situation.
We would love to give you scores of games underway, but the other games, do we have a Cardinal Spellman score yet? Can we get a Cardinal Spellman score? Oh, no, they're kicking off right now. Cardinal Spellman's kicking off right now over on Court Street in Brockton. The other games around the South Shore don't start till 7. So, of course, we don't have the scores. Otherwise, we give them to you. Oh, it just started at 6:30. Right? So there's not going to... I'm sorry. All right, so here we go. Yeah, tell them I'm sorry. 2nd and 7 from the 45. They come out of the break. Miles are going to go no huddle again as we start this second quarter.
I think that's a good move on Natick's part to try to keep this defense off balance as much as possible.
A little correction with Brockton as they adjust. Taylor now. Straight drop back, looking left. Fires in the flats, complete to the big guy and knocked out of bounds. Of course, that is number 12 again, Matthew Pohl. Matthew Pohl. I don't want his parents to call and complain. I know what it feels to butcher a last name.
Yeah, Pohl seems to be a favorite target, one of the favorite targets of Taylor.
They got to stay on him. That kid is very athletic. He could blow a play wide open on any team. Good kid to watch, fun kid to watch. They go no huddle again on 3rd and 5, excuse me. Just underway here in the second quarter. Straight drop back, Taylor looks. They get it to Pohl. He drives forward, maybe for about 2. We'll see where they mark it. And we have a flag down. We do have a flag. So we could have a possible hold. Flag's thrown at the 40. And now they're going to make sure they get it right. Illegal man downfield against Natick. That should be a spot foul. That should mark them back, I believe 5. I keep on forgetting about NCAA and the other rules, the National Federation rules.
That'll, if it's marched back, that'll keep it at 3rd down, I believe.
Oh, they're going to wave it off. They're going to say he wasn't. Okay, so they're going to wave off that penalty. So they're going to give Pohl the completion at the Brockton 41.
Yep, 3rd and short.
Yeah, 3rd and about 3, right? Yeah, 3rd and about 3. 3rd and 4. Oh, fourth down. Excuse me. Now we have,
Oh, that's going to be on the coaching staff.
They're going to have a flag against the Boxers because no one is moving back on the sideline.
We have a sideline warning against Brockton.
Oh, it's a warning. Okay, I thought it was an infraction resulting in a march off and penalties. I apologize.
Yep.
So that was the warning.
Coach Colombo's a little bit irritated on that one.
4th and 3. And I believe this should be getting ready to punt is Nathan Napier, number 47. It is Nathan. Back to receive for the Boxers. It goes to Victor, number 3. And I believe that's the big running back. Yep, number 15. That's Powell. Nice snap. Kick away. Not much on it. It will see if it goes out of bounds. He'll take it at his own 7. Trying to cut up. Still on his feet. Still moving. And he gets hit initially at the 9 and ends up at his own 14. That's a nice second effort.
That was a great second effort on his part. Definitely Natick should have had him back behind the 10-yard line.
I believe this should be Brockton's 4th offensive possession in this first half.
Well, right now, Brockton's defense has figured out Natick's offense from consistently moving down the field.
Absolutely. All right, so this time, this is something we haven't seen in a while, is the huddle. Brockton actually in a huddle. Montero looks like he has the rock behind him. Osanubi is one of the wing backs right behind the other receiver. Put a man in motion. They give to the man in motion. I believe that's Victor. It is Victor trying to cut in. Flags down. Let's see what they have.
Most likely holding.
Yeah, most likely a pulling guard or something. Holding against the Boxers. For the Boxers, this is their 3rd penalty and has resulted in 35 yards. So it's a spot foul. They're going to march that off.
10-yarder.
Yeah, 10 yards. Let's see where the official spot is. Looks like it's going to be right around. Oh, they'll come. Are they going to do it again? Ref. I was giving this guy a compliment.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't know where to put the ball. Looks like they're going to put it at the Brockton 8.
How many times do you see that? Referee going back and forth.
Now Montero, he has the Rock and Santos. Santos is actually to his left. Looks like the Rock is behind him. They give the big, fumble the ball. Lost the ball. And
Natick has it.
And Natick covered the ball. A miscue.
You know, it's funny because just before the play happened, I said, Brockton just has to protect the football.
Yep.
Get it up a little bit, even after punt, but just protect the football while you're deep in your own territory.
Yep. Absolutely. 10:05 left in this second quarter and, of course, in this half. And the Redhawks come up with a big turnover.
That is
It'll
big.
be 1st and goal at the Brockton 10.
That's very big for Natick. Brockton's defense will be put to the test.
Absolutely. Let's see how the Boxers stand up here on 1st and goal as Taylor marches his offensive team right to the line. I'm thinking he's thinking Paul, number 12. We have a timeout, Brockton. 10:05 left. Brockton wants to make sure everything looks good.
Yeah, that's a good timeout by Coach Colombo and his staff, making sure that their defense knows what they're doing.
Yep.
Colombo waited for the offense to square up and put some type of formation out there.
Yep.
And then they called the timeout. Again,
Absolutely.
a chess game.
Yeah, exactly. When I talked to Coach Morelli over on Natick, he talked about how his team really showed a lot of heart, even though they came up short against Milford. But the second half effort, he was really happy, and he's hoping they can bring that into Marciano Stadium. Nice guy. He's a teacher, an alumni at Natick High School. Nice guy to talk to. Of course, he was bigger than me. I had to look up at him.
Yeah. Well, that's what a coach has to do. And when they lose, he has to pick out the positives.
Yep.
Of course, you pick out the negatives, but you really want to emphasize the positive because you want to uplift the kids.
Yeah, there's nothing to gain. Once the game's over, you check the mistakes. It's time to play the game and think positive. What do we do right? All right, so here we go now. Taylor by himself, of course, out of the spread. One receiver down low. He's going to try to keep it. Go off the left tackle, and he's still on his feet. Great second effort.
It was.
It looks like he's going to get to the Brockton 8. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Clock running.
Yes, sir. 9:40 left in this first half, as everyone can see. 16-7, Brockton. Taylor again. Now his receivers are down. Now he has 5 receivers. 2 slots, 3 slots. Receiver look in the corner, and that's well overthrown. Nice try on that timing play. Intended for, I believe that's Paul. We'll get the gentleman's number in a minute.
Yeah, he just threw it a little bit too far out there in the corner.
I mean, I didn't mean to prejudge the young man. Looks like that was maybe Corrigan. I'm sorry, number 14. That was intended for Owen Corrigan.
And he's got a little height advantage out there
He
on
does.
number 3, Victor.
Yes. Taylor again. Straight drop back, looking right. Firing in the corner is incomplete, intended for Owen Corrigan again.
Yeah, Corrigan had him beat. He did the little inside route, and that's all he needed. He had the defensive back by a step and a half.
Yep, exactly.
It just, the ball was overthrown a little bit.
So
or he let him out too much.
True, very true. So Brockton brings in some speed. 67 comes out. They might just try for the 3 and bring Napier in, Nathan Napier, and they are.
Now, this guy's a pretty good field goal kicker.
Yep, this is going to be a 23-yard attempt. Here we go. Litton to hold, and we got a stoppage in play. It looks like Brockton's going to call another timeout. I think it's 2 fulls and 3 shorts, I believe, if I remember right. 2 long ones and 3 short ones. Is this what we call icing the kicker? Is everybody?
Yes. Yes. Let the young man think about it a few more minutes.
Exactly. All right, so here we go.
Because Coach Colombo's been out here a long time.
Yeah.
He was out there playing quarterback when I was going to Brockton High. So he knows a little bit about this football game.
All right, so Litton, it looks like it's Litton to hold, number 13. Of course, Napier to try the point after attempt. Lou Litton. There's a snap, ball down, kick is up. It is
good.
Good. We match up field. Your score, Brockton 16, Natick 10. That kid has a great foot.
Yeah, he does. I saw that first time when he was down this end,
Yeah.
the point after.
All right, so Brockton needs to get their momentum back offensively, as that resulted in a Brockton turnover, a little miscue between Montero and Powell, and Natick smartly jumped on it and made 3 points out of that drive.
Yep. Natick took advantage of what Brockton gave them. Sure, they would have loved to come out of there with 6 or 7 points, but I'm sure the coach is happy just to get 3 up on the board, get inch a little bit closer to these boxes, but the boxes got to understand now, you got to protect the football.
So Victor just came out on the kickoff return. Osanubi just came in with Powell right around their own 10-yard line. Napier getting ready to kick off for the Redhawks. So they changed up the special team return. The one other thing I want to see is I'd like to see a deeper kick by John Dumas on the kickoffs. But that's just the fan in me speaking.
Yeah, sometimes we forget these are high school kids.
Yeah.
They don't, we're so used to seeing the college and the pros kicking
Right.
them into the end zone.
Exactly. I wish I had that kid's foot.
Yeah.
And here's Napier's kick. Line drive bounce. Hit and taken by Turco at his own, still on his feet, still moving, trying to make something out of nothing. I believe he got to the 20. Let's see where forward momentum takes him. Looks like they might spot the 23. So here is Brockton's fifth offensive possession in this first half. The official spot's going to be their 23. Brockton right now, we have 3 penalties for 35 yards. Natick has 0. Of course, that's the first half. Montero by himself. It looks like Osanubi and Victor are going to switch it up on being slot backs on either side of Montero. Monroe looks like, I believe that's Monroe. They put him in motion. Osanubi. They give the Osanubi on a little counter, cutting in, driving forward, and he picks up about 7. Looks like they'll give him forward motion to his own 30. Just under 9 minutes left to play in the half. That'll bring up second and about 3. Looks like they'll mark, second and about 3 at their own 30. I'm Dominic Damiano, joined by Miles Jackson. Producer and director Mike the Postman Simmons. They give the Osanubi, trying to take the corner. He's a first down and more. Using his breakaway speed, cutting up the middle, all the way down to the Natick 49, 47 officially.
You are absolutely right, Dom. He put on his breakaway speed. Once he cut up towards the end zone, he put that little extra burst of speed, which got him another 15 yards at least.
So that's 1st and 10. 8:20 left. Again, a quick shout out to Mike the Postman Simmons, producer and director here at Brockton Community Access TV. With this broadcast, we'd like to welcome everybody watching in the greater Natick area. We hope you'll enjoy our broadcast as we bring you the Natick Redhawks here at Marciano Stadium as they take on the Brockton Boxers, currently 16-10. Montero by himself, puts him in motion. Fake the Vic, he's going to try to take it, nicely read, broken play, trying to make something out of nothing, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They shot that outside gap and the Boxers weren't ready, and Natick had a great stunt. Yes, sir.
They were ready for that.
Nice stunt by the Redhawks. Bring them second and long. They read it well. It was supposed to be, it was a fake to Victor, number 3 for the Boxers. And that outside backer, I apologize, I didn't get that young man's name. They bring up second and about 17 now for Brockton. 7:34 left. Brockton trying to get that momentum they've had the first 3 offensive possessions, and Natick has found a way to tinker into that, slow down that Brockton offense.
Yeah, Natick defense has put them in check for a number of minutes now.
Powell next to Montero. Montero lost the ball, picks it up, spins, tries to use his speed, making something out of nothing, spinning and out of bounds, and another miscue, and a loss of another 3, possibly 4. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
Right now, Boxers are shooting themselves in the foot. Not executing the plays like they should be executed. That'll give the coaches gray hairs quickly.
Absolutely. Brockton will move and put some fresh bodies out there. One thing about this staff and Coach Peter Colombo, if you do not execute, we saw that in the first game against Boston when Montero misplayed the initial kickoff to open the season. You never saw Montero back there on kickoffs again. But, you know, and Montero probably really messed up. I don't belong, you know, it is what it is. So we go 3 left, 2 right. 3 left, 3 right for Montero. Here on 3rd and very long. Straight drop back, looking, firing downfield. He has Osanubi, that is incomplete.
Where's the flag? There was some bumping.
There was.
There it is, yeah. The defensive back for Natick bumped the receiver. The ball was in the air, so that's a pass interference.
So you saw that perfectly. I was just watching him finish. Great call. So that's going to result in a Brockton first down. As Coach Morielli, he's like, he says, how can, he's trying to figure out what happened. Can someone explain it to me?
Yeah, the defensive back ran. He was in front of the receiver, and when the ball's in the air, he came back, put his hands on the receiver, and kind of bumped him. Just instincts.
Yep.
And Brockton is given a third down. Okay.
Oh, they just get, they get the result of the mark off of the penalty.
Right.
So exactly, 3rd and 7.
In Red Raider territory.
Yes, sir, at the 45 with 7:11 left in this first half. Looks like that's the Rock next to Montero. 2 wing backs. They give to Montero. Trying to look left, cutting up, and he's taken down. Maybe gets 3. Bring up 4th and about 4. We'll see where the spot is. Coming around, and I believe that was number 10, the big back. I want to make sure I get the gentleman's name right. I'm trying to make sure I get the gentleman's name who just made that tackle to slow down Montero. Because if he doesn't slow that, Montero possibly had a first down.
I think Coach Colombo is going to go on the 4th down. They're inside Raider territory.
All right, so here we go.
Big play call here.
Absolutely, from the 47. 43, I apologize. Same formation, this time Powell. Trying to go hard count. That didn't work. Redhawks bringing an outside backer from the weak side. Another hard count won't go. And they call a timeout. Timeout Brockton at the 6:03 mark.
Yeah, I think they were trying to see if Natick would jump.
Yep.
That would have gave him a first down.
All right, so here we are, 16-10, 6:30 left. Miles Jackson, Dominic Damiano, Mike the Postman Simmons, producer and director. And we'd like to welcome everybody watching in the greater Natick area, the greater Wellesley area, because Wellesley plays Natick next week, and of course the Dartmouth area, because Brockton goes to visit Dartmouth, and you know they're watching. All right, so they'll set up for the punt, the first punt in the first half for the Boxers. Here's a high snap, kick away. Nice end over kick taken by Poole at his own 10, trying to take the corner. Gets by one Brockton defender. He'll smartly go out of bounds. Looks like maybe the 16. Let's see where they mark it. It will be the 17. That is a generous spot.
I'll tell you, nice job by the Redhawks defense on that last possession that Brockton had. They held their ground, and they gave their offense a chance to try to bring this ball down the field and get some points on the board again.
All
with
right.
5:53.
Absolutely. The Boxers are due for a big defensive stand. They did a great job holding a very good Natick team to 3. So they'll spot the ball. Make sure I get my angles right at the Natick, at their own 17. Taylor again, 3 slots, 2 slots to his left, 1 to his right. A receiver to each side. Straight drop back look, fires in the flat, tipped, and it is almost intercepted. Oh, Turco almost had his 4th of the season.
He just has instincts for that football. Nice block by whoever got up there, whatever lineman got their hands up there.
You know, shame on us. We're sitting there grabbing Turk, who almost had a pick six, and we forgot to name the kid who actually started to play, who tipped the ball.
Yeah.
We'll blame the producer.
It was somewhere
We'll
on
make
the
it easy.
somewhere on the right side of that defense.
Yes.
That
It was-
possibly number 55.
Yeah, or Monroe, number
Or Monroe,
13,
yeah.
yeah. Straight drop back for fires, leads, pull, incomplete. Great coverage. Just overthrown to number 12, intended for number 12, Matthew Pohl, who's been a standout. If you don't know what this Redhawks offense is about, one of the key things you think about when you look at this team is number 12, Matthew Pohl.
Yeah. Pohl, I'm sure he's mad at himself. He looked like he could have caught that. Slightly bit out there, but it looks like the type of receiver he is. I'm sure he thought he should have caught that.
Barnes was with him, step to step.
Step to step, yes he was.
This time he has a back. He fakes to the back, looking right. Fires.
Oh!
Ball's loose. Recovered by the Boxers.
Number 58 picks it up.
Number 58 for the Brockton Boxers.
And I believe he made the hit just as he was getting ready to throw that football.
He was. He caught him with his arm back. He was ready to let
Yes.
that go. And I bet you who was downfield. I bet you that was Matthew Pohl, too.
Yep. So you just said, Dom, Brockton's defense got to make a big play.
And they did.
Can't get no bigger than that.
The official spot's going to be the Natick 2 with 5:34 left in this half.
I tell you, that one hurts for Natick. That one really hurts. Just a tall order for that defense to process here with this quick Brockton offense. They're playing it tight.
Montero has Powell in to his left. Monroe is one of the wingbacks. They give to Montero. He's in for the touchdown at the 5:30 mark here in the first half.
Just awesome blocking over there on the left-hand side as he was able to walk in. Natick really doesn't have an answer for that short game that the Boxers have. Short running game. And their Brockton offense just took advantage of that turnover. Quickly took advantage because Natick gets the ball back with a lot of time left, 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
So it's going to be that Brockton defense has to keep this momentum going. That was a great stunt that caused that turnover. This Powell again, they go for two. This time Osanubi, as they're running the Wildcat with Osanubi. They give to Osanubi. He'll go for it, and he's in for the 2 points. The Boxers take a 24-10 lead.
Well, I tell you, this can't say enough about this Brockton High offensive line, just controlling the line right there.
Yep.
And they say if you can control the offense and defensive line, there's a good chance you probably can win this football game.
All right, so John Dumas gets ready to kick off for the Boxers. Dumas with that bright sneaker. I get a kick out of that. John Dumas's kickoff foot, the neon color.
Green, yes.
What's he waiting? His parents won't see him out in the football field or something? Back to receive is a very dangerous at his own 15. Matthew Pohl, number 12, with him to his right. We'll try to get that gentleman's number in a minute. He's also back. It's actually at his own 19. Here's the kick, deep kick, taken at his own 14. That's Corrigan, Owen Corrigan, trying to go up the left side. And he's pushed out of bounds right around his own, possibly, looks like they're going to mark that as his own 25. All right, so with 5:23 left, like you said, there's a lot of game left, Miles.
In this first half.
Absolutely.
Now see, Brockton's defense, they're getting more hungry and hungrier because basically Natick has turned into a passing team. so far in this first half. And when you turn into a passing team, you might have to pay the piper sometimes.
Absolutely. All right, so Damian Taylor, now he has a back to his right. Two receivers in the slot to his right and a receiver to his left. Straight drop back, looks, fires as tipped. Almost caught coming in as Corrigan almost made a play on a crazy tip ball intended for Matthew Pohl. And it'll bring up, with all that being said and done, it's second down.
Yep. Natick almost got a freebie there on the tip. Nice coverage by Brockton's defense.
They'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Brockton's really settled down covering these receivers. And you remember in that first quarter, quarterback was hitting everybody.
Looks like Xander Pop now is to the left of Taylor. Straight drop back, looks, fires downfield. He has a receiver running with him. And they're going to say, did he catch that? Are they going to say, no, they're going to say it's incomplete. Excellent effort by number 4. That was the captain, Waldron, Drew Waldron, number 4.
Yeah, that was an excellent catch, even though his feet were out of bounds, but nice coverage by the
Matty Turco, number 4.
Turco, he did a nice job covering the receiver.
All right, we're on 3rd and 10.
And again, there is a height advantage over there.
Absolutely. Taylor now. He has a receiver to his right, 2 slots, rolling right, looking, firing downfield, and just out of the reach, intended for number 2. That was Joey Spinzola. 4th down, and here we go. We'll see the special teams again for the Redhawks here on 4th down.
Not a lot of time taken by the Redhawks on that particular offensive set of downs. Still, we got 5 minutes left in this first half, so Brockton gets it back.
Absolutely. Powell, and looks like that's Victor back to receive for the Boxers. Looks like they'll spot themselves right around their own 40-yard line, 45-yard line. Here's a kick away, high end over kick, taken for Powell at his own 47. Cutting upfield in the territory. He puts on his speed at the 20, driving forward all the way down to the Natick 16-yard line.
Wow, that was some excellent running there. Excellent instincts by the punt returner. Waited again for his blocks.
This is not a good sign for the Natick Redhawks. Slow to get up. We'll give you that gentleman's number in a minute. Gonna have, of course, a timeout in the field.
Don, was that number 31 that made the tackle?
Yes.
And just go ahead and announce his last name.
That's okay. I'm sorry. I'm just making sure I got the number right.
Number 31.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. Wasserboer.
Wasserboer.
Keegan Wasserboer. Keegan.
That's not bad. Yeah, Keegan.
I'm sorry if I...
Wasserboer.
You know it's bad when I get someone laughing at my left and someone laughing at my right because I can't pronounce the young German's last name. I should have known when you cued me. I should know this from basketball. Shame on me. Oh my God.
Fell right into the trap.
I did. Shame on me. All right, I learned my lesson until basketball starts. 4:48 left in this first half. 24-10 Brockton. Why Brockton's kind of taking their time, nonchalantly getting to the line of scrimmage. The ball is officially marked at the Natick 27. Montero, Powell in motion away, looking in the flats, complete to Powell. Off a block of Osanubi, he'll be tackled down. It looks like they're going to mark that at the Natick 11.
Yeah, that was La Rosa with the tackle. Jan de La Rosa.
So here we go, 2nd and 5. Better than what I just said with 4:23 left. The official's the official spot is the 11. I believe, let me make sure I get that Brockton player right. Montero. Next to him, number 21. That's Luke Turco.
Wow.
And he's
Touchdown.
in the middle for a Brockton touchdown. Osanubi.
But that was really a cute play right there. Osanubi came across.
They had Turco there for a diversion.
Yes. But Osanubi just followed his blocks. Again, excellent blocking by that offensive line tonight. They are definitely locked in on their assignments.
Little miscue. They only get 10 guys out there as they try the point after try. Now they're lined up. John Dumas for the point after try. Nice snap, ball down, kick up. It is good. We match up field. 31-10, 3:58 left in this first half.
Yeah, that was a costly drive that Natick could not stop, and just great defense by Brockton's by Brockton's defense, and they've really shut this Natick offense down since that first quarter.
So Matthew Pohl back to receive along with Corrigan, number 14. Of course, Mr. Corrigan is, Owen Corrigan. I want to make sure I get the young man's name correct. Both back around their own 14, 15-yard line as John Dumas for Brockton High gets ready to kick off.
Still a lot of time left.
Yep.
3:58 for Natick to try to get it together. And
this Natick team, like Coach Moratelli was telling me, I'm sorry, Coach, if I butchered your name, their big thing is the third quarter. One thing that hurt Brockton the last game was the third quarter.
yes.
So it's going to be interesting how both teams are going to hypothetically throw punches at each other to see how they move and tackle and execute their team.
Yeah, I saw a graph the other day and how Brockton, they don't have a good third quarter.
There's a high kick taken by Corrigan at his own 14. He sees a hole. He has an open position running down the field, cutting it all the way over, and he's finally tackled all the way down to the Brockton 33. Great run by Owen Corrigan.
Great run.
All the way down to the Brockton. It looks like they're going to mark him at the 30. I thought he was taken at the 32, but I'm up here. He's down there.
Yeah, that was a big play right there to give Natick a chance to try and get some more points on the board, which they need desperately.
And who was his lead block going down? None other than number 12, Matthew Pohl.
He's a football player. Catches, blocks, runs.
On the 33. See, I was right. I said the 30. It looked like the ref spotted the 30. So at the 33, 1st and 10 with 3:49 left here in this first half. This sophomore has been very impressive for this Natick offense. Taylor now, straight drop back, looking right, sees a problem, but he runs right into the big man, Mr. Batista III, all the way back to his own 35.
Yeah, that's Mr. Football right there.
I really thought he was going to be with Capiello, the quarterback, when we saw him limping off late in that game against Lincoln Sudbury. Taylor again, looking over that Brockton defense, straight drop back, looks left, fires, blocked.
Nice.
And I would love to give you a number, but all I saw was white and black shirts. Taylor threw a bullet, but it was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd and about 12. 3rd and 12, 3:13 left, 31-10. As you can see, we'd like to welcome everybody watching in the greater Natick area, the Wellesley area, and the Dartmouth area, as most likely they are scouting because those are the next opponents for either team here on 3rd and long. Taylor, straight drop back, looks left, fires a floater, caught and tackled at his own 29, bring up 4th down. And we'll give you that gentleman's number in a minute. Slow to get up. They'll probably go for it on 4th, I would think. They're in Brockton territory.
What I like now about Brockton's defense, and they've been doing this since early in this second quarter, that defensive rush. If they see the quarterback is going to pass the ball, they're jumping up now, and they've blocked a number of passes in this second quarter against Natick. So that's a good sign there. They're putting their hands up. Coaches is telling them, if you can't get to the quarterback, get them hands up.
Joe Spinzola was on the reception for the Redhawks here on that 3rd down. Now 4th down, and coach will call a timeout. Timeout, Natick. 2:24 left, 31-10 Brockton. Yep, so I think this is it's gonna be the adjustment going in like any other high school game. The big adjustment, 2 very good, talented teams. Big adjustment coming. We'll see how Brockton adjusts for 3rd quarter. And that's been their problem with, I know we're in week 4, but 3 games I've seen and you've seen. I mean, the first game, both teams are kind of filling themselves out, trying to get them going as far as the Barnstable game, but they were on the field way too long in the Franklin loss. Lincoln Sudbury they had that halfback pass, I should say the slot pass. It's a little trickery play, and they threw it up. They came up with 21 unanswered points. So this is going to be big. My point is this is going to be big for the 3rd quarter. And Coach Moratelli was telling me, he loved the way we played last week in the against Milford in the 3rd quarter. So it's going to be interesting to see how these teams come out.
Yeah, Brockton's going to have to come out prepared and ready to play in that 3rd quarter because, Natick's going to come out like gangbusters. They're behind. So they're going to have to put some points on the board.
Here on 4th and 6, straight drop back, looking, firing.
Here we go
and
again.
It's knocked down. It'll be Brockton's ball with 2:20 left.
That was big number 65. The Vega with the block. Put the hands up.
He did.
Put them big bear paws up.
You think that was mentioned as they were watching maybe film last week? Why don't we put our hands up when the guy's throwing, you know what I mean, on the rush?
Well, like I said, after that first quarter and Natick was picking apart Brockton's defense, I'm sure the defensive coordinator got on them guys in the sidelines.
Absolutely.
Get your hands up.
Right.
Get your hands up.
All right, 1st and 10 from their own 29. Looks like that is, I think that's Turco's little brother. I think that's Luke Turco next to Montero. They give to Paul the big receiver in motion. He's thrown to the ground. He might have made it, maybe got a yard. I believe they're going to give him a yard. Christian Paul, number 84.
Yeah, nice job by the defense, the Redhawk defense on that play. Holding the running back to just 1 yard on the carry.
So 2nd and 9 as we wind down with 1:53 left in this first half. Brockton, of course, out of the huddle. Montero, yep, that's Turco. That's Luke Turco. That is Matthew Turco's little brother. Montero going to keep it. You see some up the middle, but they stunt. Yeah. Great pursuit by the Redhawks.
Yeah, number 37 did a nice job of getting in there.
And we will have a timeout. Looks like timeout Natick with 1:29 left.
Yeah, that was Keenan Kelly, number 37 for Natick, getting in there quickly to get Montero down quickly. I believe that was Montero running with the football.
Yep, that was. Yep, he was looking dive, and then he saw an open spot off the left tackle. The Brockton High School band getting ready to give everybody a great halftime show. Looks like it's going to be officially 3rd and 7 with 1:29 left and the ball on the Brockton 32-yard line. And I get to take a break. And so do you.
Amen.
Well, Miles Jackson, again, I'm Dominic Damiano with Mike the Postman Simmons as Brockton Access TV gives you high school football. Now Montero, he's going to keep it. use the edge, cut it. Oh, what a move! He's an open field. 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown!
Wow.
Brockton.
You talking about being burnt?
That is a
Natick defense
68.
was burned right there.
Oh my
with
goodness.
the moves.
Unbelievable. That is a sick, if I marked that off right, that was a 68-yard run.
Wow. An electrifying run.
And John Dumas getting ready to kick the point after try. That kid.
Just to go to show you how explosive number 1 is.
He really is. You know what? I hate that. I'm not to sound too much like a homer, but Dartmouth is probably looking at this. You know, they should be looking at our broadcast. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Here's the point. That's low snap kick up, and it is good. We march up field 38-10 with 1:18 left, Miles.
Yeah. We got a whole second half to go, and I'm sure Natick starting to get a little winded. When that third quarter comes in and Brockton's still doing that same running attack, these guys are going to get winded for the Redhawks.
Yeah, I think third quarter, like we both talked about, we did a little bit of analogy, you know, as we get ready for this at the end of this first half, about what we think we can see. And, you know, like I said, Coach Morielli was talking about, I hope I finally got the poor guy's name right, about that great third, I know, right? And, you know, like you mentioned before, just some of the statistics, we've been last couple games, third quarter has hurt us.
Has hurt us.
And, of course, I didn't play the 50-50. So Corrigan and Pole back to receive for the Redhawks right around their own 15-yard line with 1:18 left in this first half as Johnny Dumas gets ready to kick the ball off.
Well, I tell you, that touchdown right there took a lot of wind out of Natick's sails.
It really did. That second effort, once he cuts, you know, he never loses his speed. when he moves. Line drive kick, bounce, taken by Pole at his own 20. Looking for an open seam, cutting in, and he's tackled not before he has a decent 7-yard return, a 7-yard return to be 1st and 10 at his own 27 with 1:11 left in this half.
The way he was going forward with that football, he was trying to wait for a hole, an opening, but Brockton's
just
defense
collapsed.
just collapsed.
Yep.
Nothing he could do.
But he did. But I tell you, the kid made something. He picked up 7 out of nothing.
Yep.
Kudos to Matthew Pole.
And we got the man, the myth, the legend, producer Newbie Rateau.
As I break his camera for the second time. All right, here we go. Taylor, they fake. Those are the flats, complete. And still on his feet is, I believe that's Spignoli. It is Joe Spignoli. He gains about. Good to see you, young man.
What's up, Newbie? Newbie Rateau just had a very successful Media Expo day down at BCA.
Really?
Yes, last Saturday.
Very nice.
Had a lot of TV personalities there.
2nd and about 6. 2nd and 4, Throwing the flats, complete the Spagzola,
Wow.
A nice open field tack by Victor.
The great part about that was Victor shook his block off and went right in and made the solo tackle.
Bring up 3rd and about 2 for the Redhawks at their own 35 with 39 seconds and running in this first half.
See, Brockton looks like they got the nickel defense back there.
Pop is in the backfield with Taylor. Thrown out to the flats, complete to Corrigan, all the way up to his own 42 as they go no huddle. And the clock is running down to 15 seconds left in the half. Taylor. Pop again to his left. Straight drop back, looks, fires, and it is tipped by Batista and knocked down.
Yeah, he knows he thought he should have had it. It was a great play just to get his hands on it. But when you're someone like Batista the third, you want the football in your hands, no matter what. He wanted it.
No one like an athlete like that, or any good athlete like him, is probably thinking, I should have maybe I was early. All right, Taylor again. Pop to his right, straight drop back. They fake to him. They give to the young man off the left tackle, driving forward and out of bounds, but that is how the half will end with your score. You want to give some insight? You want to come back at the half, or what do you?
Well, I could say just before we leave, Brockton really came of age in that second quarter.
Yep.
The defense as well as the offense. Defense didn't give up much points after the first quarter, and kudos out to that offensive line for Brockton. They just made it almost easy for these running backs and the quarterback.
He's Miles Jackson. Mike, the postman Simmons. I'm Dominic Damiano. We'll be back with second half action. Your score, Brockton 38, Natick 10. We'll be back with more right after this.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Brockton High School Marching Band.
Are the Natick cheerleaders performing first?
We don't think so.
Okay.
They didn't give us any music, so.
Okay. No! You go! 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 Do it! No!
Even they'll say no.
some prove it now to do it. I don't know. Mike, that's a new one, right?
Amazing! Brockton High School.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Marciano Stadium. I'm Dominic Damiano, joined by Miles Jackson, Mike the Postman Simmons, producer and director. As we come out of the half, we get some scores before I start bugging Miles. I want to get them out. This is from Thursday. Mansfield beat Canton 49-0. Abington beat North Quincy 20-14. They're both 2-1. Westwood beat Medway 48-21. And Dennis Sharmouth, this is today, they're at the half 26-14. Dennis Sharmouth over Nantucket 26-14. So that's the updated scores. All the other games are now underway as far as high school football goes. Cardinal Spellman, I believe, is playing Archie's. I think they're playing Archie's over on Court Street. We'd like to welcome everybody watching in the greater Natick area, and of course everybody here in the Brockton area. Miles, your thoughts as we get ready to start this second half?
Well, I tell you, the beginning of the game, that first quarter was interesting. It looked like anybody could come out of here with a win, but as time went on, Brockton started manhandling the Natick team, and Natick was shut down after that. They got their 10 points, I believe, in that first quarter. Brockton has gotten loose on offense and gotten stiffer on defense, and that's why you have a 38-10 Brockton lead right now, because Brockton basically has just upped their game after that first quarter.
What would you, if you're Brockton, what would you change besides the turnovers, which every good team takes advantage of turnovers? You saw that with Natick putting on 3 halfway through the second quarter, early in the second quarter. What would you change if you're Brockton offensively?
Offensively, in this third quarter, not much. They're going to stay with the running attack, I'm sure, because the running attack has been excellent. But in that fourth quarter, I would start inserting some of those key positions. I'm not sure what they have for backup quarterback after Montero, but you don't want to risk any type of injuries to some of them key players, and this is football, I know, but that's what I would do. Maybe in the fourth quarter, start making some substitutions if Natick can't get back in this football game.
And real fast on the defensive side, do you believe the ability for Brockton to shut down Matthew Pohl, number 14 for Natick, is the reason why they were able to slow them down, one of the big reasons?
That was one of the reasons, but I think another big reason was that defensive line of Brockton's, who started getting hip to what Natick was doing, and again started getting those hands up when he threw that pass. If they can't get to him, get your hands up, and it's paid off.
All right, there's Napier's kick taken at their own 26. Ball's loose, and it's on the ground. Let's see who has the ball. This could be Natick football to start this third quarter. We talked about that. It'll stay Brockton's ball.
Wow, Brockton just dodged a bullet right there. Wasn't a good handling of that football. Hit the turf first, and then it had a funny bounce, and the Brockton, I believe it was Powell, just misplayed it.
You've seen that too many times early in the season.
Yes.
All right, the official spot's going to be the 34, so Brockton's own 34, 1st and 10.
Newbie Rateau is in the house. Newbie Productions.
Newbie wants to go to Fenway Park and put on his famous Thanksgiving Day hat.
Yeah, we got to make that happen.
Timeout, Brockton. We just had a serious miscue. Brockton is forced to use a timeout, and we haven't basically even started this third quarter.
Yeah, there was something the coaches didn't like. Fortunately for Brockton, when you call a timeout that early in the second half, when you have a 38-10 lead, it shouldn't hurt.
No.
But if you've got a close game, you want to hold them timeouts for later in the contest.
All right, so here we go. I want to give a quick thanks out to Brian Lynch, who didn't realize the game was starting at 6. I get his stats from last week in the Lincoln Sudbury, and we'll talk about some of that. Ball thrown out to the flats to Osanubi as he was in motion, trying to cut across, still moving, and he's out of bounds, probably gained about 4. Little extracurricular activity on the sideline.
Yeah. Came very close to a flag on unnecessary roughness by Natick.
So second and about 6. Again, just underway here in this third quarter. We'd like to welcome everybody watching in the greater Dartmouth, Wellesley, and of course Natick area. The reason why I mentioned those other towns is because Natick will host Wellesley next week, and Brockton goes on the road to Dartmouth. They both go into conference play.
Yep, big game for Brockton.
This time Montero's by himself. His wingback, looks like that's Osanubi. 2 slots and a receiver to his right. He puts Osanubi. They give the Osanubi. He's going to throw downfield. He has a receiver. That's Pollard's caught! Still on his feet all the way down to the 19.
Wow.
That is an explosive play. Oh, we got a flag on the play. Illegal man downfield.
Oh.
It's coming back. Oh,
yeah, that's
baby.
a shame right there because that was executed perfectly except for they're calling one of the linemen downfield. That's a tough call right there for the referees to make.
Oh, where is Coach Colombo right now? Oh, he has to turn around. Oh, he's biting his lip.
I would be too.
And so is the offense. So is the whole coaching staff.
Wow.
Also, Nobi threw a strike to Paul.
A strike it was. Caught him right in stride. And I give number 5 credit for the Redhawks. Arnold Kawir, as he caught up to the receiver and got his ankles. But all for naught, it comes back.
Actually, he's going to show once they mark off the penalty, be a loss. It'll be 2nd and 11. All the way back to their own 23.
Love the play call, Dom.
Absolutely. This time 2 backs to Montero. Oh, a little miscue on the ball. That was, I believe that was Luke Turco. Was Turco.
Actually, 21, who seemed like got tripped up.
Yep, that was Matthew Turco's little brother. I believe that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Luke
Turco. Yep.
You did mention the Turco brothers.
So
that's the little brother.
That's the little brother. And Coach Colombo said he was going to see some minutes.
Wow, he's a sophomore.
Yep. The future of this program in the next coming years. Looks like Powell and Turco split Montero. They do. There's a receiver way to the far top. That's Turco, Matthew Turco. 2 slots, 1 slot and a receiver to his right for Montero. Here on 3rd and long, straight drop back look, and we're going to have false start.
Yep. On that right side of that offensive line, somebody moved.
And that'll mark him back another 10. No, another 5, excuse me. I'm thinking the wrong level of play. 9:21 and running left in this third quarter, just underway. The first offensive possession is for the Boxers, trying to get themselves out of a jam. Montero looks straight back. moves, rolling, fires in the flats, complete.
Oh, nice play there, but he might be a little bit short.
Powell on a reception. I believe that was number 20. That was Henry O'Connor, the captain, on the stop. He made it back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the Brockton 24, but the Boxers are going to have to punt. And the very dangerous Matthew Pohl, number 12, back to receive for the Redhawks, right around his own 41-yard line.
Yeah, a headsy play by Montero to just scramble out of that situation, and then had sense enough before he went over the line of scrimmage to pass it to his open back right there.
Resendiz the punt. Low snap. Gets it off line drive kick. Nice spiral. He'll take it at his own 45. He sees the right side. Stops, pivots, moves, gets by Batista. But Batista grabs him and tackles him, but not before he gets to Brockton territory, right around the Brockton 42.
Now this is the Redhawks' first
Offense,
offensive
yep.
possession of the third quarter. They
Absolutely.
really need to do something down 38-10. They really need to punch this in just to have any inkling of a chance to make this a ball game.
Well, let's see if Brockton made the right adjustments, because the third quarter in this early season has been biting them in the rear end, if you will. This time Taylor, this time they're going to go with a back to his left. Straight drop back Taylor. He looks, fires, and didn't have enough on it. His arm was hit.
Yes, his arm was hit.
And I want to say that was number 55. That was Jamie Chisholm.
Yeah, Chisholm's been getting in there along with a few other big guys on that line. Getting a lot of action. Putting their hands up again.
Bring up 2nd and 10. Again from the Brockton 43. Straight drop back, the sophomore. Looks right, fires, incomplete. Intended for number 2. Xander Pop.
Yeah,
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Joe Spinzola.
Yeah, Taylor felt the pressure. They were almost there to get him, and he didn't get a good throw from the pocket. Offensive line gave him just about enough time, but give credit to the defensive backs of Brockton. They stayed with their man. It was hard to find somebody open.
All right, here on 3rd and 10, excuse me. Taylor now looks over the Brockton defense. Rolls left. He throws right, though. Looking, fires, and it is almost intercepted, knocked down the last minute by Powell.
Powell, I'm sure he thought he should have had that. But give kudos to that pressure on the quarterback.
Brockton's only bringing 4 guys. That front line
What's
you talked
that telling
about.
you?
That tells you.
They're coming in there smoking.
Yes, they're swimming, they're ripping.
Yes.
All right, so Powell, and it looks like that is Victor back to receive for Brockton. It is Victor. As the Redhawks get ready to punt here on 4th down. So far, good stand by the Boxers here. Kick away. That could go. Let's see, that might go out of bounds, and it does. Let's see where they mark the ball.
Wow, that was a generous spot.
Well, he's not done yet.
Okay, he's walking back. Okay.
I thought that too.
I said, where's he going?
So the official spot's going to be the Brockton 21. I thought he was going to go all the way back to the 5-yard line.
Well, I think what they do, they run back, they run to where the ball is.
Yep.
And then they come back.
I mean, they have a mechanical way they're taught how to do it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, here we go. 7:32 left in the third quarter. Brockton's second offensive possession. Looks like he'll have Powell to his right. Montero. Looks like he has a wing back. And keeping as Montero trying to cut up the edge, breaks one tackle, spins, but not before he is tackled and picks up about 4. A host of Redhawks on the tackle. One of the first ones again. How about this name again? Matthew Pohl on the stop for the Redhawks.
Pole's an all-around football player, folks.
Initially he started it, and the rest of the team helped him out. Approaching 7 minutes. Here on 2nd and about 6. Paul, and this time they have Santos back there next to Montero. They give to Paul, and not before a host. And coming on the blitz on a stunt, number 53.
And that worked to perfection for
That
the Redhawks.
Big Jack Kelly came in and clogged that middle. The big sophomore.
I'm surprised they haven't done a little bit more of that. Seeing as Brockton's running
3-0.
game is just running over the Red Raiders. I'm surprised they haven't tried plugging up more of them holes with their linebackers.
Cardinal Spellman is up 3-0 for early in their game. Over on the other side of town here in Brockton. Montero by himself. He has 2 slot backs, 2 wide receivers. Here on 3rd and about 9. They give to Victor, trying to cut up the middle. He drives forward and picks up at least 3, maybe 4. Call that 3 to the 26.
Good job of Natick holding Brockton right there to get their offense back on the field as quickly as possible.
Resendiz back to punt for the Boxers. Matthew Pohl right around his own 43-yard line. Very dangerous, very talented return man. And athlete for that matter. Of course, Natick will host Wellesley. They go back to conference play next week. Brockton goes to Dartmouth. Low snap. Gets it away. High, booming end over kick. He'll call fair catch. And he lost the ball. Ball's on the ground. Let's see who get it. It might be Boxer ball.
Wow.
And it is.
How often do you see my man back there will muff a punt?
Number 52. Christian Pina. Good job by that young man. And we get another look at the Brockton offense.
Yeah, Matthew Pohl, I believe, back there just muffed the punt. Gives Brockton another opportunity to march down this field. And Natick can ill afford those type of mistakes. And give credit to the punt. That was a high booming kick. So when it came down,
Yep.
I'm sure Pohl saw boxes coming and just left his concentration for a second, and it cost him the football.
And that's all it took. Montero gives it the Pohl. I believe that was Pohl, number 15. He picks up, moves forward for about 6. Powell. I said that again. Thank you. I will not get a Christmas card from Mr. Powell after butchering his game. Well, not the whole game, but a little bit. 2nd and about 4 from the Natick 49. Powell next to Montero. They give to Powell again. He goes up right tackle. He sees a seam. Oh, he breaks 1. 10. Touchdown, the last 23 yards. Touchdown, Boxers.
Well, I'll tell you, what made that play was the handoff to the running. It was so quick, lightning fast, and he hit that hole so quickly. Natick did not know what hit him.
Absolutely.
And before you know it, he was off to the races. I mean, that was just a beautiful executed play between the center to the quarterback to the running back, opened the hole, 6 points.
All right, John Dumas try the point after try. That all happened with 4 minutes and 5 seconds into this third quarter. Snap high, kick down, kick is up, and it is good.
I'll give credit again goes to that placeholder.
Yep.
Like you said, you called it. It was a high snap, but he got it down cool and calm and collectively, and gave the kicker a chance to put it through the uprights.
45-10. 4:05. Let's see if John Dumas kicks this ball deep, because Corrigan and Paul are very dangerous back there.
Well, that last turnover was costly for Natick. It produced 7 points for the Boxers, and you just can't do that when you're already down a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one thing you don't want to do if you're a visiting team, you don't want to give the home team momentum by making mistakes.
Yep, absolutely.
Especially the home team. They feed off the crowd, they feed off each other, they feed off the band.
Corrigan and Paul back to receive for the Redhawks at their own 15. John Dumas's kick, high end over kick. Paul will take it at his own 15. He's going to go right. Try to use his speed. And he has speed.
He does.
He has an opening. Cutting back over at the 40, almost all the way to midfield. That is close to a 30-yard return by Matthew Pohl, number 12, for the Redhawks.
Yeah, nice return. Pohl trying to make something happen to make up for that last miscue. But again, like you said, a nice return, showing his speed off.
I know I'd be out of breath just running the other side across the field.
Yeah, I mean, he, like you said, he came across the field.
Goodness.
I'm like, why is he going just straight forward?
Yeah.
But he knew what he was doing. He saw his blockers. He had a better look than we did from up here.
Absolutely. Taylor again, the very talented sophomore from his own 45. Gives it to the big back, driving forward. He might have enough for he's going to be a yard short.
Yeah, Cherry, like you said, a big back carrying that football.
Teron Cherry. If they're smart, they'll go no huddle, and they will because they know there's not that much time left in this game. Bring up 2nd and 1. Cherry is in the backfield again with Taylor. 2 slots and receiver to his left, the receiver to his right. Taylor now, they give to Cherry, driving forward, cuts the other way, pivots, moves straight forward, and he has more than enough for a Redhawks first down all the way down to the Brockton 35-yard line.
Yeah, 2 nice runs there back-to-back for Natick. They got to keep this going, keep the momentum going.
Taylor again. This time the 2 slots and the receiver to his right. 1 receiver down low to his left. Cherry in the backfield. They give to Cherry again, drive forward. This time Brockton tries to seal it up, but not before. Cherry picks up 2 yards for the Redhawks with 2:42 left in this third quarter.
Interesting how the Hawks they've gone to the running game all of a sudden.
Taylor again, straight drop back, looking, stepping up. Oh, missed somebody, not before. Taking him off balance, number 65. Caught the sophomore spinning the wrong way and was able to catch him off his momentum, and I believe that is the big man himself.
Oh, DeVega.
DeVega, thank you. Now we're even. It's 3rd and 1. Taylor, straight drop back. He's looking, firing downfield. He has Corrigan. It is caught for the touchdown.
Beautiful pass by the quarterback.
Corrigan is able to bring it in.
With double coverage.
Yep. Nice toss by the sophomore.
That was a beautiful bomb pass doesn't get any more better spiral than that, right into the midst of his receiver.
And Nathan Napier here for the point after try. 1:30, it happened at the 1:37 mark left in this third quarter. And I believe this is only their second offensive possession. Snap down, kick is up, it is good. I sometimes jump to conclusions there. We match up field 45-17 with 1:37 left. So
That's one of those, for the team that's behind quite a bit, that's one of them feel-good type of plays. Like, yeah, we can do it. It's just a matter now you got to stop the Brockton offense.
yep, Brockton and Powell.
And the problem with the score, 45-17, Natick has put themselves in a position where they have to stop Brockton's offense as soon as possible. Then they have to get the ball and score a touchdown. I mean, they have to score some points.
Absolutely.
And they did that there. That's what they have to do, what they just did. They just have to keep doing it for the rest of this football game.
Victor and Powell back to receive for the Boxers at their own 8, respectfully in their 11-yard line with 1:37 again left. Napier getting ready to kick off. There's his kick, nice squib kick, taken by Turco at his own 25 and driving forward, and he's tackled at his own 33. First and 10 for the Boxers at their own 33. And I believe Osanubi is going to run this offense now.
Yeah, I think that's a very smart move to get, is Montero still out there?
No, Montero's right down there.
Yeah, that's a smart move by Coach Colombo.
And keeping it and driving forward is Osanubi, but he does pick up about 5. Bring the ball up to his own 38 as the clock winds down here in the third. Montero wants to get out there
I was getting ready to say that. You know he's itching to get back out there, but he knows that this is for the team. If he's got to stand on the sidelines, I mean, they got a good cushion on their lead, but they're going to need him next week because anything can happen out there in the game of football.
Yep. Luke Turco is the back to the left of Osanubi. From their own 38, gives to Luke Turco, driving forward. Whoa, what second effort. And enough for a Boxer first down. That was impressive.
That was very impressive. There was power there, and there was speed by number 21.
That's Matthew Turco's little brother.
That's the younger brother, huh?
Yep.
Sophomore looking pretty good.
Ball marked up all the way up to their 46. Let's see if they let this quarter run down. They might. And looks like they're gonna. And that'll do it. After 3 quarters, your score, Brockton 45, Natick 17. This is what we wanted to see out of Brockton ball with a very dangerous, very potent Natick Redhawks team that plays very well in the third quarter. Brockton was able to keep the momentum their way, and besides that big drive, I mean, that was still an impressive drive by the Redhawks. That big pass from Taylor to Corrigan.
Yeah, it felt like when the Redhawks were out there on offense, they had to score.
Yep.
I mean, they had to score. Coach let them know, you got to score. Let's not make any mistakes. Let's execute and get that ball in the end zone, and that's what they did quickly, which was key right there. They did it quickly.
Yep.
It didn't take them 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
All right, so as we start the fourth quarter, it'll be first and 10 for the Boxers at their own 46. Sonobi this time, he'll have Zuko. He'll keep it. Looking right, looking at the corner. Has the corner, first down and more. Drives forward all the way down. Looks like they're going to mark that right at the Natick 35. Nice move.
And what I like about that play for Osanubi, he had the sense enough not to run out of bounds, cut back in,
Yep.
keep that clock running.
Absolutely. I want to make sure before I mention this, I believe Christian Paul had his hands up like, I'm not trying to block him, because the play was going his side, and then the defender spun. It almost looked like a block in the back. But all right, here we go again. Osanubi again from the Natick 35. They give to Zuko, driving forward. The young man's still on his feet, and he picks up about 9.
Yeah, you can tell. He's only a sophomore, and he's running like a junior. Picking his points, watching his blocks, puts the speed on when he has to.
Natick makes a quick substitution now in the game. As Nick Jennings coming out is De La Rosa for the Redhawks. They bring up second and about 2. Again, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Osanubi, Luke Zuko to his left. I'm sorry, that's the Rock. Carrying the Rock.
The Rock.
And I think he has a first down. Number 23.
Kensley
Rock. See where they mark it.
And like you said, he was handed the Rock, and the Rock was rocking.
So that is, again, officially good enough for a Brockton first down at the Natick 25. Brockton goes no huddle. Osanubi. And again, the Rock is to his left, 2 wingbacks. Monroe is one of them. High snap will have a false start. I would love to get the wireless mic so you can hear who he's going to call on the motion, on the false start, or whatever the penalty is. That'll bring up 1st and 15 from the Natick 30. The Rock, Kensley Rock, is to the left of Osanubi out of this pistol formation. He keeps it, tries to go up left tackle. Runs forward, keep moving, keep driving forward. Oh, still on his feet, and he's finally taken down.
Wow.
At the Natick 17.
Wow. And there was about 7 Natick ball players right there on him, and he just kept going.
That'll bring up 2nd and 2 as we approach 9 minutes left in the game. Again, tight formation. 2 wingbacks out of this pistol formation. Osanubi and the Rock. He gives it to the Rock. Cutting back the other way, trying to take the corner on his feet. Still on his feet. Taking the corner, puts on the Jets. Let's see where they tackle him.
Wow, nice run by the Rock. He threw his shoulder in there as he got to the 5-yard line. Dished out some punishment before going out of bounds. Nice run.
Christian Paul checks in, the wide receiver, and the Rock checks out. Here on 1st and goal, the official mark's going to be the 6-yard line. This time, Paul getting some work as the running back next to Osanubi. They give to Paul, driving forward, and he is just short. Oh, they're going to give him the touchdown.
Nice run.
Touchdown, Brockton.
He didn't give up. It looks like they had him at about the 1, but he kept pushing forward.
Yep. So now that the score is like this, the clock has to run. There's no stoppage in the clock now.
I like that. Now, Give out kudos to Coach Colombo and his staff for switching those first stringers for their subs because you want to keep them fresh. You don't want to have your first stringers out there with a big lead like that and then somebody get injured in one of those key positions.
Absolutely.
So one of the smartest things he did was he has a lot of confidence in them players coming off the bench. And they're showing their stuff.
You know, now we're starting to see how the Brockton boxers can score when they limit their mistakes.
Exactly. Limit your mistakes, better results.
Absolutely. 52-17. We have a running clock because of the score.
And 3 of those, I believe, is the field goal by Natick. That was one of Brockton's miscues. They gave them the ball back down there, and kudos go out to Brockton's defense. They held them to just 3 points.
Yep. And then good. I mean, Natick did the right thing. They put 3 on. They had to do something.
They had to do something, right.
Yeah,
and at that time, the game was still close.
Yes. All right, so John Dumas getting ready to kick off. Back to receive is Matthew Pohl, number 12, right around his own 15. And I believe that's Owen Corrigan, yep, number 14. Again, right around their own 14 to 15-yard line. As we approach 6 minutes left in the game. It's been a while since I've seen a Brockton team really gel like It's been a while. There's a kick. Hand-over kick taken by Corrigan at his own 10. He's looking left. Driving forward, and he's tackled, and his momentum stops. That kid got hit, and he just stopped running.
Wasn't a lot of leg movement.
But he did pick up about 12 yards on the return. 1st and 10 for the Redhawks at their own. I think they'll mark it at the 22. Yep.
But I tell you, with 5 minutes, 19 seconds and counting, the Redhawks offense, they're tired. The defense is tired.
27.
And they're just trying to hang in there, try to make it respectable as possible, is trying to get another score out of here. But it's going to be tough against this Brockton defense.
The official spots to 27.
And I can see, even on defense, Coach Colombo and his assistants were smart enough to get some of the other guys in there. Let the starters come out and rest a little bit. We don't want any injuries before that next big SEC game next week against Dartmouth, did you say?
Yep, Dartmouth, at Dartmouth.
At Dartmouth. So smart coaching by Coach Colombo and his staff on how they're handling this football game.
Absolutely. This, I believe, is their second timeout for Natick. No, this might be their first. No, their second. I'm sorry. This is the second. The clock is still running, 5:08.
Another thing that's
National
great.
Federation rules here.
Excuse me, what's great about getting these other players in there off the bench for any team, but I'm talking about Brockton right now, their parents and every friends get to see them show their stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, and they come out here faithfully every home game, and sometimes they don't get out there to show their stuff, but they're out there now.
Drew George is the back right next to Taylor. Actually, Drew George is running the offense, and driving forward is Xander Pop. So there is the future. I'm sorry, the senior quarterback is not running it.
Yeah, the coaches for Natick was smart enough to get Taylor out of there.
Yep.
And the game's out of reach. 3 minutes, 14 seconds left. No need of risking any unnecessary injury.
George now he gives the pop, a trap up the middle, nicely read by the big back, but not before he picks up a good 7 yards.
Yeah, nice little run right there.
Tackled by number 33 for Brockton, Robert Pyers, the 5th. Bring up 3rd and 2. They'll go no huddle. George looks like he has Pop to his right now. Here on 3rd and 2. Oh, they're gonna get him to move.
Yeah, they went into the neutral zone.
And you know,
And then again, that's your second line out there. They're anxious to get at the
Yes.
quarterback or get at the running back, whoever has the ball.
absolutely. 1st and 10. Give to the big back, driving forward. Nice move. As Terran Sherry, on the carry, bring up 3rd and 5 from their own 45 with 1:40 left in the game and running.
Yeah, nice tackle by Santos coming up from the linebacker position.
George now here on 2nd and 5. He'll keep it, try and take the corner, and coming up with the big tackle is Mistus. That is
Santos?
No,
Oh, Erickson.
Tyler Erickson. I keep on, I don't know, him and Santos, because Santos is 48.
Yes.
A loss of a yard. Bring up 3rd and 6 now. And we got a minute left in the game.
Santos is a sophomore. Erickson's a junior.
George again.
Assuming a senior.
Throws in the flats. Complete to Paul, Matthew Paul.
Sorry, Santos is a junior and Erickson is a senior.
So that quick pitch and catch results in a
First down.
Redhawks first down all the way down to the Brockton 43. And then it doesn't look like they're going to want to run off another play, and they're going to let it go. 10 seconds. And the Brockton Boxers will improve to 3-1.
Make sure that you check your area, make sure you take out trash and belongings.
The Brockton Boxers, your final score from Marciano Stadium, 52, Natick Redhawks 17. How could you sum that up, Miles?
Well, the better team won tonight,
Yep.
but we didn't realize that until about the
No, right?
second half,
Yep.
late in the second quarter, second half, because Natick really hung tough with this Brockton team.
They really did. They had to pace themselves, and then Brockton came down to execution.
Speed.
Speed, exactly. All right, for Miles Jackson, Mike the Postman Simmons, your producer and director. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of Brockton High School football. Your final score one more time. Brockton 52, Natick 17. The Boxers improved to 3-1. We will catch you next time. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.